what's up? So, I wanted to talk how I finally got approached at the gym. But, just like always, there's a catch. Because I don't know if I talked about it on this channel, but on the other channel, I would always talk about how, oh, bro, the microwave, right? It's a microwave that I'm too lazy to turn off. It's not, what is it? Not a fire alarm, because I know that's what it's such a side tangent so early into the video, but that's something I remember my ex EGF would make comments about. So I always thought that I always have kind of a fond memory when I leave the microwave on and beeping. I'll always think about her to some extent. Oh, bro, you're a simp. So whatever. Let's go on to the story. So I got approached, but there's a catch, and the catch was, like I said in the old videos, it was an old man, right? Because just like always, right? It's always an old man. Typically, they usually talk to me about Jesus or some kind of religious thing, right? But this time, he just wanted to talk or whatever because we were gonna use the same machine. So he's like, yeah, you can just work in. And, I was like, yeah, I'll take it, right? Because, I mean, I don't really care about working in at the gym. Some people are. I think, some people are just really weird about it and don't want to. And the weird thing is, a lot of these people are people who, when you look at them, in theory, why would they care that they're. I know they're not going to train hard because they either haven't for a very long time or they're a beginner, and it's not even your fault if you're a beginner because training hard is a skill that you develop, right? And even I know I can still develop that skill, right? I know I still have. Was it I'm self-aware enough to know it's like, oh yeah, I can still train harder. I know I can still improve that skill. I know I'm not what is it, like squatting 500 for 10 at sub 200 pounds, right? Without a belt and all this kind of stuff, right? So I mean, I can still train harder. It's squat that way without compensatory form, right? Because that's the thing. Some guys, because everyone on the internet is like, oh, bro, I do this, and this, and whatever. But and there are strong people, but some people will be like, oh yeah, bro, I bench 405. Yeah, I'm my butt's coming off the bench. I'm dive bombing the bar. It's like you have to standardize it. If you want to do comparison, you have to standardize it, or else everything's a completely different one. So who cares, though, right? The story is about the old man who approached me at the gym, and it was kind of somewhat enjoyable to have some kind of conversation, because he'll always ask. It was for a hack squat machine, so I guess I always I always try to put in the most effort when I'm doing any kind of leg movement, because I guess it's still kind of some PTSD trauma from, was it my friend in college saying, oh yeah, bro, you have oh yeah, like you need to hit your legs or whatever, because I think you have chicken legs or whatever. But now that I think about it, it was mostly just calves, I guess, because you know they're just always exposed, and the if you have poor calf insertions, then it's kind of almost over. You can develop them, but they'll never look fully developed. Like you can just go look at was it just go look at a fat Asian guy, right? It's like they are probably not going to train, do any kind of resistance training. You can cope and say, oh, bro, they run or something. But, running is not going to develop, you know, at like world class good calves like that. But yet, and some of these guys don't do anything but just exist, right? Because it really goes to show that everything, life is all really genetics. Because you'll have those fat Asian guys. And I went to, was it a university in Southern California. So trust me, I know. I've seen plenty of fat Asian guys. What is it? And yeah, some of them just have monster calves and they don't do anything. Some of them don't even have to be fat. They're just Asian, and they'll have a monster calf genetics, right? And like I said, it's all genetics. It's like just like I said with everything, it's like bone structure in your face, right? Do you do anything to acquire special bone structure? No, you don't. You just kind of you're just born and you got it. It's like, do you do anything to acquire massive D size? Well, sure you can kind of increase it, but it's like not even by that much. It's like, what is it, like one and a half is a pretty good average amount that you can increase over several years, right? It's like, was it I don't even know what it's the promise, right? It's like, what is it, 1 to 1.5 inches over like maybe 3 to 5 years of consistent PE is like, I think, but it's it's the same thing. Your D size genetics, your height is your genetics, your frame is genetics, your calf insertions, every single muscle insertion is genetics, right? It's like life is all genetics. Your mentality is genetics, but even then, I get that I was going to a rant about the gym and mental. It's like how much physical discomfort can you tolerate? That is genetics, right? Because what I noticed when I was training and working in with that older man. He's not even that old, right? He was in like maybe in his late 40s, maybe early mid 50s, right? But he was older than me, so what I noticed is in the beginning, yeah, he didn't train very hard, right? Just like your average person at the gym, right? I was gonna say at a Planet Fitness, but let's be real here. It's your average person in every commercial gym, right? There's a reason why you can go. I can go to a gym that I haven't been into for years, or like what is it, like a year, and see the same guy, and he'll be like, dude, what happened? You it's like no body composition change happened at all. So it's like, what were you even doing for this whole year? Like your 10 sets of goofing around. And yeah, is it judgmental? Is yes, it is. Do I go to a Planet Fitness even though I'm not, and you're not supposed to judge? Yeah, but that's how people are. People judge. People will judge me, right? I would, but I don't even care if they judge me, right? Because there's nothing I can do about it, right? That's the thing, right? That's why I don't really even care to change anything, right? Because it's like people will judge you kind of no matter what. So it's like, why even care, right? Like, especially when it's another guy, right? It's like when it's, so let's think about it, right? Why would I care about what the opinion of another guy is if I don't want to, I don't want to, I don't care. I don't want it to like basically. I was gonna say I don't want to be too vulgar right off the bat, but it's like I don't want to smash him, right? And I don't want him to smash me. And why would I care about the opinion of a girl who already doesn't find me attractive and doesn't desire me, right? It's like if a so it's like, why even care at that point? It's like, does this woman find me attractive? Yes. Okay, then sure, I'll care about her opinion. But if she doesn't want to sleep with me, all right, just F off. I don't care about your opinion. There's no point in caring about your opinion. Cause I'm not in this life to make friends with women or other guys, right? That are just gonna that just aren't going to, yeah, they aren't just gonna yes man me. Or at least if they're gonna be, or at least be retards, I guess a better term, right? Because like, even I don't agree with like I'm sure with everyone on everything and whatever, right? But it's like some people just have like, are just retard takes, to be honest. Like, I'm not even sure why I'm saying that. I shouldn't be saying it too much, right? Because I'm sure eventually YouTube does not like it. Mentally subpar, right? Is a nicer term. Mentally challenged. But yeah, so like I was saying, the guy, he wasn't training very hard. But then the more we trained, and like it wasn't even that many sets. It was like 3 sets. So it was but it still took a while, right, to like work up to the weight and whatever. So yeah, but I could see him, trying and pushing a bit harder, and then at the end he thanked me, which is kind of weird, right? 'Cause it's like, what did I do? I just existed and did my normal thing, right? But he said, oh yeah, he said thanks, like whatever, just having you here almost kind of pushed me. I made my like it made him push himself a bit harder, cause I could see it, right? So he would actually do more weight than he did because he was doing like pussy weight for sure. But then he actually put some more weight on that actually challenged him and got him to do involuntarily, like it got him to achieve involuntary rep slowdown, which is really what you're after at the end of the day, right? Some guys are like, oh bro, I feel the burn or whatever. It's like, no, but that doesn't even matter, right? That's kind of just like just being an idiot, right? All that really matters, it doesn't even, okay, it gets very nuanced and everything, but all that really matters, the one of the major things that really matters is involuntary rep slowdown. And he finally got to achieve that, right? And tomorrow when I don't go to that Planet Fitness, and maybe he goes there, or maybe on the next day, or whenever his next session is, because I was only there for like 2 days. And spoiler alert, my crush, because this is the same Planet Fitness that I made the other video on, where the other girl talked to me and I didn't say anything back to her, right? She didn't really talk to me. She just asked if she could take a plate off of a rack, and then I just nodded and looked at her, and yeah, whatever. But she didn't talk to me again. She didn't acknowledge me. I don't even know. I don't really think I saw her at all, to be honest, either. But no other girl talked to me. No other girl acknowledged me or any of that kind of stuff. If anything, what is it? Some girl kind of basically ignored my existence. So it's like, kind of like an asshole, right? They were doing some like weird leg stretching. Almost, how like dogs lift their legs to pee on fire hydrants, at least in cartoons, right? She was doing those kinds of stretches, and the racks are kind of next to each other, and she was like, I needed. There's like no other way to unload a plate and put it onto the bar, and it's like, why are you doing this so close? And it's like making it so awkward where I have to squeeze past you, like lifting your leg like a dog, and it's just weird. And of course, since it's a girl, it's like, yeah, girls don't have to train hard to look good or whatever, right? Because it basically, the bar for being, was it an attractive a woman, or having an attractive body as a woman, is basically just not being overweight, right? Not being morbidly obese, which to be honest, is not difficult at all, right? Because you're born not morbidly obese. You're basically tasked with the with the task of, don't mess up your body. And it's like, come on, man, is it really that difficult? I mean, it's not, because it's obviously easier than a male's, because like a male, no one is born with like a decent amount of muscle mass, right? Not even the athletic one. You have to perform tasks that physically challenge you in order for your body to adapt and build the muscle, right? Like, even if it's something like a sport, right, where it's not like resistance training, but it's something that challenges your body, like, I don't know, like, you can still build athletic, whatever, or whatever you want to, what normies call athletic physiques, by like playing soccer or basketball to some extent, right? Because like, I mean, sure, there's like looks inflation. So before, you would think like a basketball player may look athletic, but now they're like DYEL, right? Because they're just like lanklet twigs or whatever. And now, like, you have, like, I don't know, 16, 18-year-old guys on steroids or whatever, and it's like, oh yeah, bro, all natural, whatever. Or even just, what is it, young guys, I guess the people think they're on steroids, I guess, but they're just frauding with really good angles and really good lighting, and they're still in like sub 180 pounds or whatever, um, while being like like around like 6 feet or something like that, which is kind of crazy, right? Without, because I would think at like 6 feet 180 is like um it's like elite natural pro bodybuilder. So it's like that'd be actually very impressive to be like top elite, like like legitimately essential levels of body fat. Like you have lines in your glutes lean, that kind of lean, and I'm almost positive most people are not. But most people, oh bro, I'm you see it so much if you just scroll, if your algorithm recommends you any kind of fitness stuff, or like any kind of like dietary or like fitness related stuff. You'll see like, oh bro, just get 10% body fat, right, or whatever. But it's like 10% body fat is pretty close to, not pretty close, but it's like, it's you're flirting with like, you know getting close to 6%, right? In theory, right? Because it's only 4% off. But it's like, it's like 6% body fat is even really 7 and 8 is, close to top tier, bodybuilding levels. Which, do you really think most people are gonna walk around, most average people are gonna walk around like at the conditioning level that like top tier, Mr. Olympia, IFBB, or not even necessarily like, IFBB, but like even natural, whether you believe they're natural or not, pro natural bodybuilders or any of that stuff, are they really walking around like that all the time? You know, the majority probably not, right? And it's always just, oh, bro, I have abs, I'm fucking shredded. It's like, no, shredded encompasses a lot of other things, like, deep cuts in your legs and glutes and, lower back and all this other stuff, right? Just because, oh, it's like, oh, bro, I have some ab veins, therefore, I'm 6%. It's like, no. Huge weird rant. No one cares. Let's just get back to the an old man approached me and he trained a bit harder at the gym. And yeah, but no girls did. The thing is, I guess I did see another cute girl at the gym. And you know what was really brutal about that? That yeah, I was doing these hanging leg raises, and then I thought, let's see if she's interested in me, right? And I obviously, I did my things, but I took note of where she was, and yeah, I did. Because I always thought, I always was thinking, what is it? If some girl is interested in you, she'll look over in your general vicinity. But it's like, she didn't pay any kind of attention to anything, no matter it, like during the leg raises, after the leg raises, whatever. It's like you just paid no attention, and then it kind of just confirms, right, that the girl just didn't even care, right? Like didn't even care. It's like nothing. And that was little. It just not even like I didn't really expect her to actually be attracted to me or care, right? It was more so just an experiment to confirm. Am I right that women don't acknowledge me and that I'm invisible and they just don't care because they don't find me attractive? Because that's what I'm led to believe from my life experience, and that confirms it, right? She didn't care to even look or pay attention or discreetly look or any of that kind of stuff, right? So it's kind of over, and then it's just kind of over, basically, when older men approach you or and talk to you, but women never do, and then yeah, what was it? That that's kind of it. And then it goes back to this other comment where this guy left. He's like, "Oh, I love you, bro." He's like, "Love your like Plum Island or whatever." He's like, "Love you, bro. Love your vids." And it's like it's over when only other guys say that kind of stuff to you, right? It's like never a woman saying "I love you" or any of that kind of stuff, right? Like, isn't it so crazy, right, to think that I've never had a woman say "I love you" to me. Well, let's see. Yeah, and like I guess that's not related to me in my entire life. Imagine that, and that should really put it into, or not even love you, just to like you, like oh yeah, or some kind of variation of I guess you could say my ex EGF there, but she didn't say it in person, but so even then, right? But like in person, like I've never actually heard, what is it, a girl actually say that kind of stuff to you, right? Isn't that so kind of brutal? Like you, because you would think eventually it'll happen, right? By 30, but it's like nope, not even once, not even once, bro. That really just goes to show how different my life is compared to other people's, right? Because other guys, they'll experience that, right? When I go to that gym, with it, I see other guys come in with their girls, right? And the like it's not gonna be a surprise that the other guys, they're not even like they're um they're not even built, but still like a little chubby. A lot of them are just like either just straight up overweight with nothing, not their beginner gains, or just like straight up like skinny without beginner gains, right? But yet they still have a girlfriend, right? It just goes to show you that you don't have to be perfect, right, to get a girlfriend. You just have to be you just can't be not good enough. Like I almost forgot my own phrase. You just can't be not good enough. You don't have to be perfect. You just can't be not good enough. And I already know I'm just not good enough, or else I already would have had one by now. And yeah, and I think that's kind of it. Um, Not much else happened, right? I don't even know why I'm picking up random stuff and just playing with it, right? Just fidgeting with random things because I just wanted to raise my neat because I actually trained myself to fidget more to raise my knee. So I mean that's kind of a weird thing, right? It's like I actually trained myself to fidget more just to have higher energy expenditure throughout the day. That's the that's the was it the consequence, or that's how you know you're a former fat person, right? You consciously have to train yourself to fidget more to increase energy expenditure throughout the day so you can either eat a bit more and you don't get that fat, or you just burn a little bit more calories, right? I don't know. Maybe one day I'll post a picture of my old fat self. It'd have to be either like a chubby little kid picture, or maybe like a post Chipotle, like big old Chipotle burrito binge, or when I used to eat um like 8 Chipotle burritos a day. They were like double wrapped, steak, beans, cheese, sour cream, rice, lettuce, and the red salsa. So it's like 8 of those a day, and it's like I gave up on exercising because cause I only went to the college rec center in college, and then after that, it's like I didn't want to get a gym membership because I was kind of nervous, and I didn't know how a real gym would be like, so I just didn't. So I just didn't work out, and but eight, but eight Chipotle double wrapped burritos a day. So yeah, maybe I'll post that picture one time. I don't know. Maybe one day I will. I don't know. If you made it this far, let me know if I should post a fat picture, a fat version, like a super fat, like me. I think probably around 230 to 250 at 5'10". So I don't know. I'll see what I can dig up or whatever. So yeah, that's kind of it later.